keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
What's up, guys?
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, after splitting their first two games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. And we'll be watching the big man Brook Lopez in action tonight. Seems wherever he takes the floor, you can always count on him to give you about 20. How great is that to have from your starting center, Kenny?
Well, it's dependable points from any position is huge, but from your center position, I think that actually increases because they can draw fouls. Only few positions in the game can actually draw fouls, and the big guys are one.
Well, I like that Lopez doesn't need a lot of touches to get 20 points. That just shows me he's super efficient right there.
Yeah.
Kevin Harlan's got the call, and we will see you later.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And a stirring rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner by the terrific Linda Lynn, getting us ready for NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix. And that was a close call. They pulled it out with a win and just 2 points at that, but it wasn't easy.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the three ball the way they did.
Oh, no doubt. And when you're hitting a high percentage on the perimeter, everything becomes easier.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I liked that side of the game." Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And this one features, Chris, two of the more athletic teams in the league. That makes a pretty good setup for us tonight.
Oh, this is the perfect father-son, mother-daughter family game to go to. This is one of those games you'll enjoy and remember your whole life. I mean, the highlights, you'll remember where you were. Something special is going to happen tonight. Trust me.
So the Pelicans win the tip. Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Holiday and Moore, the guards. And it's Cunningham in at the 3, the small forward.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Ingram. Hits the front of the rim and out. Davis with it. Out guarded by Ingram. And it's Davis missing. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ball. It's good from long range. Ball's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up. And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Holiday with the ball. Ball with the rebound. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Feeds to Randall. Kicks to Lopez. Lets it go from deep. It's Cunningham with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. You know, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Davis with the double team. Caldwell Pope against Moore. Pass the ball. Takes the 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Ball. 29 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix. Now the pass to Ingram. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Ingram's got his first basket of the night. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him.
Right wing. Ball with a wide open look. No good on the 3. And so here is New Orleans, trailing by 2. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
And they tried to adjust, but every play they ran got countered by a better one.
Here's Randall. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Oh, great presence inside the painted area. This is where Randall's most effective.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Davis with the double team. It's stolen by Davis, and now it's Davis running. He can go all the way, and Davis throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And that one is good.
Oh, man, just an outstanding first quarter so far for him. He's doing a great job creating space and knocking down open looks.
Cousins with the bucket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lakers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Caldwell Pope passes the ball. Lopez inside. He's against Cunningham. Lopez, no luck. New Orleans in the lead. Here's Moore. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
That's good from Moore. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary. Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
And so Moore nails both of them. Lakers trail by 6. Now Ball. He's got 6, and it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That's his first foul. And here is Los Angeles now. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Off target from three-point range. Cousins against Randall. Puts one up from 19. Rebounded by the Lakers. Getting their first pick of the season at this Pelicans team.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Now here's Randall. 8 points his last outing. The feed to Ingram. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And again, no good by the Lakers. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Offensive rebound. Good on the short little jump shot. 6 points here for Cousins.
Great hustle from Cousins there. He never stops working on that offensive glass.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Holiday. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Holiday's got his first basket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Making a change here. Zubats is checked in.
Taking a look at some stats for DeMarcus Cousins. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged about 27 points a game last season. 11 rebounds and 4 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Cunningham doesn't go for it. And the Lakers take it the other way. Moore against Caldwell Pope. A steal. Cunningham. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. The Lakers will take possession. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for New Orleans.
And when you look at that chart, concentrate for a second on what they're not doing. They're not getting a lot of threes from the corners. That's something that has to change. Makes it much easier to defend the team when you know they can't score from the corner.
Ball with it. 6 points for him. Ingram kicks to Zubac. Back to Ingram. And it falls over the rim and in. Ingram's got his second basket of the night.
And for taller players, the mid-range shot will be there. Ingram well served to knock it down.
And it's Davis missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Now here's Caldwell Pope, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Nancy's checked in for the Lakers. Bang comes in for Ingram. Miller's checked in for the Pelicans. Allen comes in for Ejuan Moore. Now here's Caldwell Pope. Zubac the pass to Nance. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of play can be hard to come back against.
Break from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
Here's Zubac, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Pass the ball. Fires from deep. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his third rebound tonight. Another shot. And too long on the shot.
All right, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time. Look, he had all the time in the world to get the jumper off. Maybe it was too much time.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Kevin, that's just the focus of Cousins. It's just exceptional. Even when he gets bodied on his way to the hoop, he still finds a way to finish.
Lakers trail by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Cousins. Here's Davis. The putback is no good. Lakers shooting looking a little out of sorts early. 37%. Nance, right side. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Nance. Well, we talk about young players improving their game a lot, but Chris, which veterans in the league have impressed you with their ability to change and adapt their game as they get older?
Well, Paul Millsap, I think he's been under the radar and underrated for the last 2, 3, 4 years. He's been the best post player offensively on the post, in my opinion, and I think his game is overlooked, and he's a veteran that continually gets better. And then other guys that add different parts to their game, like a Marcus Gasol, being able to step out and hit threes. He's a former defensive player of the year, being able to expand his game on the offensive end. You have to love guys that have the mentality that they can always improve like these two.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Fourth, Anthony Davis.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
And the Lakers with possession here. It's a 13-point game. Fast break, here we go. Goes up, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 6. On the wing, Nance. To the middle. No good from Zubac.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim. Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Clarkson dishes the ball. And Cousins comes over to help. The Lakers working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Here's Zubac. It's rebounded by New Orleans. A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Clark. 14 points for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
They get a hand on it, dives for it, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in blocks, 4th in scoring, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And as you said, just a notch below the leader in blocks last season. He gives a tremendous effort. Absolutely one of the best rim protectors in the league. Lakers trail by 17. 1:12 left in the first. Zubac kicks the ball. That's tipped. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's Miller. Rebound collected by Clarkson. And Los Angeles guys shooting 33% here in the first quarter. There's 45 seconds left in the first. And the Lakers with another miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Allen got a piece of it.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Pelicans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And really no other way to put it but the Lakers with that dramatic front office change last season around that deadline and new big-name leadership. The hope is that they can escape from what's been an awfully rocky patch here of Lakers history.
New Orleans making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment.
Oh, when Cousins finds his comfort zone, it's incredibly hard for the defense to keep up with him.
And Cousins comes over to help, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's already a second foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
.11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Dang for 3. 4 seconds left. Misses the layup. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Pelicans lead by 17. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And looking at what we've seen, Pelicans pretty much in control here.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
Lakers trail by 17. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Allen. Ian Clark out there with Jordan Crawford. Then it's Miller, and it's Cousins, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's Miller with the jam.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
The Lakers shooting about 35% from the floor, not much falling for them. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. And my goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Now, here's Ball. Here's Nance, drilled from 11 feet out.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
And there's Miller, good that time on the assist by Cousins. Miller's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 12 points again in the basket from Zubac. Allen drives in. Nice D from Dang. Lakers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Ball, the pass to Clarkson. Dang gets a wide open look. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Pelicans leading by 12. Miller. Ball with the rebound.
You expected him to drop the hammer there, but the D was just good enough to cause the miss.
And the call will be against Darius Miller. That's his first foul. Brook Lopez is checked in for Zubac. And New Orleans also making a change. Cunningham's checked in. Clarkson kicks to Ball. Good on the triple. Ball's got 9.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
That's tipped. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Clarkson. His three-pointers off the mark. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Cousins, no good. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for the Lakers. Randall's checked in for Nance. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Luol Deng. Now here's Ingram. He had 25 points in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, "What are you doing?" We've played against him. We would never pick him #1. So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
Now, that's a great timeout call by the coach there to try to calm his team down. They're turning the ball over way too much.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
All right, a chance to look at stats for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Last season's performance for him. Put up about 13 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Here's Cunningham. The Lakers with the rebound.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Pelicans leading by 13. The drive by Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Oh, you got to respect the intensity from Cousins. He just wants to tear the whole basket down when he goes up for the jam.
And here's Clarkson. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix. Caldwell-Pope kicks to Clarkson. Fades and shoots. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got his from this one.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Well, complete thing working together.
The putback. It's good on the putback. And it's 6 points for Julius Randle.
You see what Randle can do when in full attack mode? There, converting off of the miss.
Cousins, no good.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Ingram dishes to Clarkson. Down low, here's Lopez. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And he might be just as valuable working from the elbow and running in that pick and pop action.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for New Orleans.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now, here's Clarkson. Picked by Randle, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. And Brook Lopez with the ability to face up and Greg post up.
High post or low. I mean, his passing and shooting ability give him that versatility. He is a load to handle for our defense. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Caldwell-Pope on the wing. He kicks it to Ingram. Dishes to Lopez. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Moore with the bucket.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
But yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
Now, here's Clarkson. Holiday brings the double team. Moore with the steal. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Holiday with the ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Randle's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Ingram, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Davis is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, think about the high ceiling that this kid Brandon Ingram has. I mean, and with his long arms, I mean, he could reach the rafters.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And finished off by Davis.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate.
Moore outside. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. That's good from Davis on the assist from Moore. Moore's got 3 assists in the game. Lakers trail by 18. Tipped away. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. The Lakers with the ball. In the corner, it's Ingram. And they get it. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis inside. Lopez covering.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, Eb. Clarkson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Randall with a Pope. Holiday brings the double team. Caldwell Pope outside. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. Ingram wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Davis. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lakers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
And you really got to be in awe at the way that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope plays defense. So disciplined in this era of three-point shooting to kind of stay home on fakes and playing great position defense. He just sticks to his man like glue.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Miller's checked in.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Here's Clarkson following the score by New Orleans. Lopez with the ball. Picked up by Davis.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Lakers shooting 47% from the floor since the end of the first quarter. Here's Clarkson. Caldwell Pope passes to Randall. Three-pointer. Can't hit that one.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
And here's Los Angeles. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Lakers have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
And Julius Randle, that 7th pick back in the 14 draft out of Kentucky, was a 5-star recruit out of high school and was able to help get the Wildcats to the championship round. So this is a guy who is used to the spotlight.
Now ball. 9 points in the game so far. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Los Angeles with another miss.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
And Julius Randle with an intriguing game, a great rebounder. He's a pretty good ball handler for his size, too.
Yeah, he likes to rip it and run, and very athletic when he gets ahead of steam, and boy, he can be tough to contain.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Here's Davis. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
It's stolen by Davis. Here's Miller. Drops in the breakaway layup. Miller's got 6 here in this quarter.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Cunningham, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Ball dishes to Randall. To the inside. Ball no good.
Everyone in the building thought that one was going to go in, including me. That's just shocking he blew it.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Lakers shooting struggles apparent, 37% from the field. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. He gets it in there. 8 points for Julius Randle.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Randall a screen on Holiday. Holiday brings the double team. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And it's Miller with the jam.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Now the dish to Ball. And the three ball is good. Ball's got 12.
And you've got to stay with Ball off that pin down. He's very smart at knowing how to position himself in these situations.
And it's Davis missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
It's stolen by Davis. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Both teams deciding to change it up. Eight seconds left in the first half of the game. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. I tell you what, it's scary when you think about how much room Ball has to grow when you factor in how efficient he is already.
On its way from Clark for two. And no good trying to get that one. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 24 points, 7 big steals, and 8 rebounds. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Can't say enough about Anthony Davis so far. We knew coming into the league he would be a great defender. But the advancement on offense, incredible. Also a perennial double-digit rebounder. Amazing that he's just now reaching the prime of his career.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially at the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
The power he showed, the explosiveness, just a lethal combination inside.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And Los Angeles guys shooting 40% from those, the 4 with Lopez in the middle. The lengthy pair of KCP and Ingram on the wing. And it's Ball in at point guard. That's the Laker 5. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Ball, guarded by Holiday. Here's Ingram. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Not really blessed with the length to be a big-time rim protector, but Randall gets most of his blocks by playing with energy.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Ingram with it. Back to Randall. And he can't bank that one in. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
And the Lakers have possession, following the score by New Orleans.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Davis with it. Now defended by Randall. And Davis throws it down.
And when he gets his points within the flow of the offense, that efficiency has helped them build this lead.
Caldwell Pope kicks the ball. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. And it's Davis with the jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball.
Now that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Brook Lopez coming over to the Lakers this past summer in a deal for D'Angelo Russell. Strange to see Lopez not in a Nets uniform as he had been with the team so long, but he is someone this Lakers team wanted.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers saw a strong center to help take this team to the next level. Lopez gives you a lot and doesn't need a lot, so it'll be a big help with the maturing of this young Lakers core. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Cunningham. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got assist number 8 here in this one already. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Ball, the pass to Lopez. He dishes it to Ingram. Goes up from the top of the key. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Now here's Randall. He's got 8, and he's good on the 3-ball. 15 points for Brandon Ingram.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Ball dishes to Randall. Knocked loose. Moore with the steal. Passes it to Davis. Over Randall. And it's good off the back rim and in. 30 points for Anthony Davis.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 15 to the inside. That's good from Randall on the assist from Ingram. And that's 10 points for Julius Randle.
Well, Ingram played some point guard in high school. Right there you see he's showing off his passing skills.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And it's Davis missing. Lakers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Knocked loose. Here's Lopez. Banked in off the glass. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low. Oh, and how about squeezing
on the way up? Here's Ingram following the score by New Orleans. Ball with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Wide open. And it's Ingram missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? Both, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. Just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Crawford's shot is good. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Randall. Davis with the double team. From deep. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating.
Oh, I tell you what, that's just a solid decision from Cousins. He's very comfortable being the focal point from an offensive point of view, finding wide open teammates because of the attention he demands.
Now, here's Clarkson.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Davis with the double team. Here's Lopez. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lopez has got 10 points.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Clarkson. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop and finished off by Davis.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And so it's the Lakers with it, following the score by New Orleans. And that one good from Clarkson.
Good lift on the jump start from Clarkson. He has some explosiveness off the floor.
A second chance effort in deep. Davis drops it in. Davis has got 42 in the game.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking it.
In the corner, it's Ingram. From outside the arc, that one doesn't drop. And New Orleans will come the other way. Here's Holiday. Holiday with another miss.
He's been on target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Caldwell Pope, again, Los Angeles.
Slowly but surely, KCP is becoming a go-to scorer. Just needs to improve his efficiency.
Clarkson kicks to Lopez. Here's Ingram. Misses the 3.
Well, look, his teammates are going to stop giving him the ball if he keeps taking shots like that.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Zubac is checked in for Lopez. Nance comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Dang in for Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans also changing it up. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Davis. Allen comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for Jordan Crawford. The shot by Clarkson, no good. The Pelicans shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. No good from Clark. Lakers shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. Nance a screen. Dang, double teamed. Here's Clarkson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Dang's got the ball, and that one drops for him. Dang's got 5 points so far. And here's New Orleans now. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
New Orleans making a switch here. Diallo's checked in.
Oh, you really like to see Cousins mixing it up on the drive. Not many defenders want to get in the way of an almost 7-footer storming to the basket.
Clarkson passes to Nance. Back to Clarkson.
Oh! Watch out. Watch out. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, he gets up. And Cousins gets it to go.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets. Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was
When Cousins gets loose near the cup, he feels comfortable showing off a little with this insane athleticism.
And here's Clarkson. He has 6. Caldwell Pope outside. And Cousins comes over to help. And Nance kicks to Caldwell Pope. Dang with it. And it's Miller picking him up. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Nance. Here's Clarkson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 9.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first-half start, but he's really hitting his stride in the second.
And it's in there.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Feeds it to Nance. Back to Clarkson. Nance outside. Now, here's Clarkson. D right on him. And Cousins comes over to help. Nance with no one around. Shot clock reset for the Lakers.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And Cousins is a big body who knows just how to back down the D. When he has the room to throw it down, he does not hesitate for 1 second.
There's a screen. Back to Clarkson. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Nance outside. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Davis.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Miller with the ball. He's picked up by Dang. And that one's good by Clark.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Now, here's Clarkson. Defense is right there. There's the pick. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Diallo.
And that would have been a big 3 if he drained it, answering back for the triple at the other end.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
And we see Cousins fleshing out his game. Now, he's making an effort to get his teammates involved. I love that.
For New Orleans, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Here's Clarkson. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks the ball. Shot to stop the run. Not going to go that time. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Hey, let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep running, though. We can get out in the open court and run all we want, all right?
Alvin Gentry satisfied with some of what he's seeing, but would like his guys to pick up the pace.
And there have been some opportunities in transition that they have yet to capitalize on. It may have cost them some points.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Miller is out there with Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Ian Clark. That's Tony Allen. And it's Ashik in at the 5, down low. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Nance. Cook, he's checked in for Miller.
Substitution for the Pelicans.
Here's Clark. Here's Ashik. And then Ashik with the dunk.
The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Hart. No good with the triple. The Pelicans shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. While the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries, it's just getting started. But Chris, exciting to think that we'd be cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
And it's Cook missing. LA's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown. Allen picks him up defensively. And here we go with Cook heading to the hoop. Finishes the break with a slam.
And aggressive defense causing the mistake, then cashing in.
What a beautiful steal off of great anticipation. His instincts right there were right on.
Hart the pass to Nance. To stop the run. Ball no good. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
I think a kick out is the better option there. Defense had the rim on lockdown.
Here's Hart. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against length.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Here's New Orleans. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
And of the last 6 baskets have come on the interior, this is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Ball dishes to Bogut. You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision in picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie tried for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I wanted. And I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys it's different. Some guys, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that and they're happy staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different. And I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first. Because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
Doubled by Crawford. And Nance kicks the ball. Here's Bogut, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Bogut is a strong guy. He knows how to power through the contact and get it done.
And that one misses. A player who measures his impact, Greg, on the game at the defensive end, the 7-footer Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He said he was a horrible defender at the University of Utah. Soaked up the game from the great defenders in the NBA, learning defensive 3 seconds, when to go, when not to. He's a master now.
Ripped away. Crawford passes to Allen. Count it, good. Allen's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's definitely been a different player this second half. He's shooting lights out now, much different after a tough first half.
Knocks it loose. Crawford with the steal. All alone, and Allen.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive...
Whoa! Goodness. Wow. Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
There's the double team with Allen. It's tipped, and so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Clock at 6. Pass the ball. The feed to Dang. Here's Hart. The three-pointer off the mark. Hart's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. And it's Cook missing.
He's not especially strong in the basket. All the defense did was make their presence felt, and it was enough to make him feel uncomfortable releasing that one.
And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body, so some free throws coming up right now. And the Lakers have picked second in the draft now for 3 consecutive years. Out of all the players they've acquired, Chris, who do you think has the chance to be the best, Ingram or Ball?
Well, I definitely like Ingram. I think his upside, his potential, his athletic ability. He's wiry. They played him a little at point last year. His rookie season wasn't dominant, but that doesn't mean anything. I really like his game. But I really like Alonzo Ball. I think he brings that talent and leadership. I think he has the talent to become that franchise player. Forget what I think. Magic thinks that.
Here's Hart. That shot, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. And it's Cook missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Great positioning on the putback.
Always got to put a body on Bogut. When you fail to do so, he flushes misses back in.
Allen's shot is off.
I like the burst to the bucket right there, but the finish has got to be better.
Here's Hart. There's the pass to Dang. Screen by Bogut. From beyond the arc. Asik pulls it in. Asik's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Allen. Sweet little floater.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Lakers shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball? And what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Well, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear. But probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up at next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durant. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said. And the first one drops. And Luke Walton, the Lakers' 6th head coach in the last 6 seasons, counting interims. I think they're going to be patient with him, though, as he rebuilds.
I hope so. I mean, the fact that he's a familiar face, a SoCal native, and a former Laker helps buy patience from the fans. Also, his deal is guaranteed through 2020. They need to give him a chance.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. And it's Darius Miller in for Cook. Hart, that's good.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Here's Miller, and the layup's good off the glass.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And it's Dang in the corner. And the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, you know, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, you know, with the black socks and with some different shoes that I've had at the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you know, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
Pass to Hart. Miller with the double team. Passes it to Kuzma. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
Yeah, well, with his toughness and skills in there, it's a rough problem to fix. Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Hart the pass to Clarkson. Clark, who's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Hart. Stolen by Ashik. It's deflected. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. Here's Clark, and he banks in the layup.
You can't find much better shot than that one.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Hart, no good. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Rebound the Lakers. Tang's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now Clarkson. Here's Kuzma. 6 to shoot. Bogut the pass to Hart. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Clark's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pelicans.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Los Angeles making a switch here. Nance is checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Cook, he's checked in for Jordan Crawford. The leaner inside. No good from Clark. On the wing, Dang. And Miller with the block, but he stays with it. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Cook, good.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't care how good you are. It's tough to succeed in a hostile environment. They're doing it in style.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Oh, that's a pass to no man's land.
Here's Hart. Clarkson passes to Hart. He kicks it to Dang. Dishes it to Clarkson. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.